inside of your picture frames. And I promise you the world might love, but we can't stay. Tonight we're saying goodbye, chain smoking cigarettes. We lie, pretend it's alright. I say you'll always be mine. Don't know what happens next. We'll find some way to get by, one day at a time. I know it's hard, I'm dreading the moment I see you pack all that shit in your car. When one of us walks out the door all alone with a broken heart. So let's make the most of this moment before it all falls apart. Whatever's meant to be, just hold your head up. Hold your head up. No matter where we go, I'm on your side. On your side. And let's not make it out like we are fed up. There's just no controlling when it's time. So tonight we're saying goodbye, chain smoking cigarettes. We lie, pretend it's alright. I say you'll always be mine. Don't know what happens next. We'll find some way to get by, one day at a time. Permission to go on your own. So don't act crazy and turn around when you realize the future's hazy. Just keep that piece of shit in dry. Tonight we're saying goodbye, chain smoking cigarettes. We lie, pretend it's alright. I say you'll always be mine. Don't know what happens next. We'll find some way to get by. Saying goodbye, chain smoking cigarettes. We lie, pretend it's alright.
Live from assorted corners in the Twin Cities, it's Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. And here's your host, Caleb McEwen.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. I am Caleb McEwen, and this is our 10th week live streaming since the stay-at-home orders started in Minnesota, and we have not been able to perform in downtown Minneapolis. If you are joining us for the first time, the Brave New Workshop is the oldest, longest-running comedy theater in America, and typically we do shows every week, multiple times a week, at our theater that is located on Hennepin Avenue in Minneapolis. However, as is everyone right now, we are dealing with unprecedented times. And if you were playing a drinking game where you took a shot every time somebody said unprecedented times, you would have been dead 2.5 months ago. Well, we are not doing shows now, but we have started live streaming. And if you would like to support the Brave New Workshop, the stream is always free, and we are thrilled that you are here. But you can click on the links to contribute and support the oldest, longest-running comedy theater in America. You can find those links in the description on social media or on our webpage if you are watching on bravenewworkshop.com. Now, as always, we're going to take a few moments here to catch up on everything that happened this week. I want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend and thank everyone who took time out from slow smoking ribs to come and join us for this show. Nationwide this week, the advance of COVID-19 cases slowed overall, while many individual states saw their largest surges in cases to date. What does this mean? It means your sister-in-law on Facebook will interpret the data however she wants. Mark Twain once said, there are 3 kinds of lies: lies, damned lies, and statistics. I would say there are 4: lies, damned lies, statistics, and confirmation bias influence statistics disseminated in memes on Facebook by people who have no background in statistical analysis. Admittedly, mine doesn't work quite as well on a bumper sticker. Now, normally this is accompanied by little images that come up next to me, but I see that we are having some sort of technical difficulty, which I am sure will be sorted out shortly. If not, there may be certain things I say that do not make as much sense, in which case I will have to describe the pictures that went along with them, and it will be much less entertaining for you on one level, but from an ironic and a schadenfreude standpoint, it will probably be that much better for everyone involved. Oh, look at that! All right. There's one of them. Now I get to reference the joke that I made earlier about Mark Twain that would make that actually a relevant picture. All right, we're all caught up now. So theoretically, from this point, it will be absolutely flawless. Now, we know that President Trump must feel that the threat is growing, as he is now requiring all people who come in contact with him to wear masks, just like the dude at Costco. Although it is unclear whether Trump is offering people the opportunity to purchase a 50-gallon drum of mayonnaise in exchange for the favor. Trump himself even wore a mask this week as he toured a Michigan Ford plant that has been repurposed to manufacture ventilators. However, he didn't wear a mask when he thought the press was watching, stating he didn't want to give them the satisfaction. Yes, because there is no greater sign of confidence than the leader of the most powerful country in the world making decisions on how he'll dress based on what the cool kids in the media think. So he has dictated that everyone around him should wear a mask, and he has also decided to wear a mask himself, just not if anyone is looking. It's like a really unsexy game of strip, red light, green light, where nobody wins. Also, can we talk for a moment about the fact that Ford is manufacturing ventilators? Now, full disclosure, I own a 2012 Ford Focus. And based on my experience, I would assume a Ford ventilator would have a faulty transmission that would be recalled, replaced with another faulty transmission that's also recalled, then replaced with another transmission that still has the exact same problem to this day. I would also assume that the ventilator's automatic locks, fuel tank, and fuel vapor system would also have recalls, and that I couldn't get my ventilator into the shop to get these recalls taken care of because of the thousands of other ventilators with the exact same problems. I would also assume I would be entitled to a settlement in a class action lawsuit that is being waged against my ventilator, and that despite all of this, I still wouldn't be able to take my ventilator through the drive-thru at McDonald's because my ventilator's driver's side window just mysteriously decided to stop working. No joke. These are the actual recall notices I have on my Ford right now. And there were more, like a lot more. And now these guys are manufacturing the machinery to keep people alive, all after accepting almost $38 billion in taxpayer money for bailouts and subsidies since 1992. All I'm saying is that those ventilators better include a subscription to Sirius satellite radio. Also, real quick, you'll notice that on my actual Ford recalls, I blacked out the VIN number on them, which means that I am one step ahead of the White House press secretary. Meanwhile, there was massive flooding in Midland, Michigan, but these guys didn't show up to help because no one was offering them a haircut. They also didn't protest the fact that Trump is allowing people to wear masks around him. In fact, he's requiring it, which would seem to be kind of against the big government telling us what to do with our lives thing that they're all about. But none of this matters to anyone in Minnesota because yesterday the state fair was canceled. That's right. State Fair General Manager Jerry Hammer announced the cancellation by breaking the seventh seal and unleashing a soulless, dead-eyed gopher from the bowels of hell. Minnesotans who have been struggling with the stay-at-home order now have to contend with yet another shortage because the fair's closure will devastate the state's supply chain for yardsticks, seed art, and type 2 diabetes. And that brings us up to where we are now. It is Memorial Day weekend, and that is officially the kickoff for summer. And summer is a huge, huge season for home improvement and little DIY projects around your house. And some people who are stuck with extended stay-at-home orders, as they are right now in California, where it's been pushed out till near the end of summer, are taking this opportunity to really try to improve their surroundings, feather the nest, as it were, and to do everything they can to make their house just a little bit more livable. And we are very lucky because live from his home in California, we actually have a DIY home improvement and decorating specialist with us. Please join me in welcoming Lowell Christopher to the show. Let's hear it.
Hello. Hi.
Hello there, Lowell. Hello. Well, Lowell, you're drinking wine. The show's not over yet. It might be a little bit early for that, don't you think?
Time has no meaning, Caleb. Time has no meaning anymore.
All right, so you are under the auspices of an extended stay-at-home order in your home in California, and
Yes.
I hope that you are weathering that well. How is that going for you and your family?
You know, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. My husband, Jeffrey, and I are very snug as bugs in rugs here in our 5,000 square foot luxury condo. So no worries about us. We're having a great time. I'm crafting, I'm painting, I'm meditating. I'm having a wonderful time. August, I can do it.
Well, excellent. Well, that's a great attitude to take into this, and I wish you and Jeffrey well. Maybe we'll get a chance to see him a little bit later. Now, very quickly, if I were stuck in my home and I were looking for a big bang for your buck project that I could do that would have some results that I could really, really appreciate, what would you recommend as a starting point?
That is an excellent question, Caleb, and I feel these questions all the time from my fans. You know, there's simple things you can do, little things. You can get new throw pillows. You can move the furniture around in your room. You know, maybe take a lamp from one side to the other side. It can make a small difference. But for a big bang for your buck, I say repaint. A little bit of color can go a long way to creating a brand new space. Now, I will say preparation is everything when it comes to painting, okay, people? You're going to want to wash the walls, get rid of all the dirt and grime from the previous years. A little tip here. A little water, a little baking soda gets rid of almost any stain on your walls. That's right. Whether it's grease, grime, dirt, crayon, even blood splatter.
Wait, blood splatters? That's
Actually, yeah. Sometimes, though, if it doesn't get it all out, you might have to use a primer. And I recommend Kills. It's my favorite. It eliminates all evidence that there was ever a stain there.
I want to back up because I feel like you kind of doubled down on the blood splatters a little bit there. And, is there something you want to tell us right now, or?
Blood can come from anywhere, Caleb. That's the scary part, isn't it? Just, and then once you're done painting, you might want to think about, maybe adding some new art to your room. That can make a big difference. Actually, if you get a painting big enough, you can just cover the bloodstains. Why didn't I think of that?
All right. We keep coming back to this blood stain on your wall, and I feel like this is something that we need to discuss. All right. Is there something that you want to tell us right now?
I think what I do when I tell everyone, Caleb, that whether you change your space or not, it's really about changing your mindset, isn't it? Because, you have to really get yourself to a place where you're okay with the changes around you. I recommend yoga. It's a great thing. Meditation is wonderful. Getting outside, and I am guilty of this, but also binge watching, right? I feel like I've watched everything on Netflix. Yeah. But I've gone back to my favorites, like Making a Murderer, or How to Get Away with Murder, or that Tiger King really got me. Now, this may be unpopular, Caleb, but I don't think Carol Baskins killed her husband. I think sometimes husbands just, disappear. Poof, gone. Who knows? Who knows?
Okay, all right. I'm very sorry. Lowell, if I could stop you for just a second there, can we say hello to your husband, Jeffrey, please?
No!
Like, could you just?
I mean,
What is?
he's not here. He's not
Oh,
here. He's not.
But I thought you were under a stay-at-home order. You know, shouldn't he be there?
He's not here. I mean, he's here. He's somewhere in the condo. I said, Jeffrey. It's a big place, Caleb. There's a lot of places to hide. Just yourself, not a body.
Does he have
hide yourself?
Okay, all right. Does he have a reason to hide from you, Lowell?
Oh no! I'm almost out of wine. I really should go because it's wine o'clock somewhere. Am I right, Caleb? But remember, paint the room, get rid of the blood, cover with the painting. Hey, and if you want to, get outside and garden. Dig a hole, throw whatever you want inside. No one will check there.
Let's hear it again for Lowell Christopher, everyone. And let's all say a little prayer for Jeffrey. Thank you, Lowell. We hope to see you back again soon, hopefully with your husband. That, of course, was Doug Neithercott, main stage cast member at the Brave New Workshop, joining the live stream, live at least, this week for the first time. He's been on video a number of times. And we got a chance to say hello to him and see how he's been doing during quarantine and the stay-at-home orders. Hello, Doug. How are you?
Hi, Caleb. I am doing great. Wow. How long have I been in my house? Can you tell me? Because I don't know.
It really is strange that time ceases to have any meaning. And at one point, it can seem to be going so quickly. And then at other points, it just seems to be creeping by at a snail's pace. I have no idea what day of the week it is. Nothing anymore.
Well, yeah, I remember I was trying to make plans with someone on Monday, like, hey, let's hang out on Monday. And they're like, on Memorial Day? And I was like, what? You've got something to do? Is there a picnic you've got planned that I don't know about? Yeah, what is it? You know, are you heading out to the Veterans Memorial where they're going to have a huge celebration? Oh, that's right. They're not. Anyway, it's just...
Yeah. Now, were you as surprised as I was to hear that Minnesota was canceling the state fair? And for people who are watching, for people who are watching who are not in Minnesota, the state fair here is like religion. It is the second largest state fair, I believe, in the United States. Like 2.1 million people attended last year, and it is an ingrained part of life for pretty much everyone in the state. So everyone was kind of shocked when it was announced that it wasn't going to be happening this year. They thought that at least it would be occurring under some kind of limited auspices or whatever. But it was a big blow. So, yeah, how did it hit you, Doug?
Well, I was surprised. I'll say I was surprised that they canceled because like you said, it's everyone basically bases their summer on the state fair. We don't, we here in Minnesota don't have like beaches, but we do get into beach bod shape because at the state fair, you've got to eat nothing but fried food for 2 weeks. So you have to really like take the pounds off so you can pack them on towards the end of summer. I feel bad. I mean, where's all of those second-rate bands going to play live shows this summer, if not at the grandstand at the state fair? Oh, man.
Yeah, it
honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the state fair, so I'm not missing a whole bunch. And I'm pretty sure the comments are blowing up right now, and I'm about to be hell is a pariah. But
you're about to get doxxed online in any second now, and there will be people outside your door, and among them will be Styx, Weird Al Yankovic, and Third Eye Blind. I believe they will all be coming for you.
Again?
Yes. I know you have history. You have beef with all of them. It's hard to carry beef with Weird Al Yankovic, and you found a way.
This is my hatred of the outdoor zoo concerts all over again. Oh man.
You're just ripping apart beloved Minnesotan institutions one at a time and making enemies as you go.
Yeah.
And I would expect nothing less.
Well, it's what I do. It's That's what I do, Caleb. Wherever I go, I create nothing but enemies because I love being trolled. That's what I want. I want nothing more to be trolled by people because then at least I know I'm being listened to.
It's excellent. We all find validation in different ways. Now, you are relatively new to the cast at the Brave New Workshop, but you and I have we actually performed together. We've known each other a very long time, and this is a weird little bit of trivia. You and I performed together in Tokyo like 2 decades ago.
Yeah,
that is,
and I think I think that's like just the we know what this we can say about the community that we're in. Like, you create these connections and they carry forever, and I think it's great. I love and we've got it's like we're performing, and then we went our separate ways, and it's so great to come back together and perform at the Brave New Workshop and perform with you. So I mean, hey, I'm happy.
And now our ways will part once again because of your incredibly unpopular views on the state fair and outdoor zoo concerts. So
I already have a yardstick. I don't need the state fair.
For those who are not from Minnesota, it is possible to obtain a free yardstick at the state fair, and many people do it every year and have these massive collections of yardsticks through the ages, and they will count their own age by counting the yardsticks like rings on a tree that has been cut open.
I do have to say one thing, though. There are members of my family who love the state fair. My sister goes every year, like 4 or 5 times a year. She takes her kids. My sister-in-law volunteers at the state fair every summer to sort of give back, and that they enjoy it and all this stuff. And I mean, I don't want to take anything away from them, but
Now, very quickly here before we move on, you have been in quarantine, as everyone has, not because of anything specific that has happened with you. But one of the things that they tell people when they, as a symptom of COVID-19, it's something to be aware of, to watch for, is that you can lose your sense of taste and you can lose your sense of smell. But while you were in quarantine, you made a video that shows that you might have lost another sense. And we wanted to take a look at it real quickly, just to kind of document what happened to you while you were locked away for these many months. Let's take a look.
I've got a confession. I think we just ran out of toilet paper. So life's about to get pretty crappy. I have a confession. I think I'm in love with my refrigerator. But every time I try something, bam! Cold shoulder. I have a confession. I think this pandemic has given my spaghetti a drinking problem. I just went in the kitchen, and it's already sauced. I've got a confession. I'm angry with my recliner. I ask him to help out around the house, and he won't. Ugh, he is such a lazy boy. I've got a confession. I haven't been exercising as much as I probably should during these times. But every time I want to go for a ride, my bike's too tired. I have a confession. It's been a couple days since I changed my underwear, so I'm gonna go do that. Oh, don't worry. I'll be right back. I'll be brief.
No, don't play it again. Don't play it again.
Yeah, no, we need to play it again and just have, but the camera on us watching it just in physical pain. I remember the first time I know, man,
Yeah.
you can lose your sense of smell, you can lose your sense of taste, and you can lose your sense of humor if you're not careful too. And then you end up publicly slamming the state fair and Third Eye Blind, and you have to reap the whirlwind because they're coming for you, Doug.
This lockdown has truly been punishment.
Oh no. No. Don't double no. That does not deserve double finger guns, Doug. Oh.
Oh, fine.
That is it, like
Fine.
no, I got to say though, it's that disgust is not the opposite of love. Apathy is. So clearly, we're on the spectrum of appreciating those jokes, at least somewhat. Now, we are going to come back here in just a little while, and you're going to join me. We've got some more stuff to do in the second half. We'll be hearing from Lauren Anderson as well. But we're going to take a quick break here in just a second. So thank you very much to Doug Neithercott, and we will bring you back shortly. And you can go and refine those puns for when you return. All right. And we are going to take a quick break here in just a second for about 5 minutes for allow you to get yourself some refreshments or whatever it is that you need to do at that time. If you are just tuning in, you are watching The Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. The Brave New Workshop is the oldest, longest running comedy theater in America. And while we cannot perform in our theater right now due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we are live streaming every Saturday night. And we are so happy that you are here joining us. The stream is always free, but if you would like to contribute to support the Brave New Workshop, you can do so with the links that you find in the descriptions on social media or the link that is provided if you're watching on bravenewworkshop.com. We are going to take about 5 minutes or so here, and when we come back, I'll be rejoined by Doug. We'll hear from Lauren Anderson, and we'll have a lot more fun. We'll see you in a few. Thank you.
Did I say something wrong? Did you hear what I was thinking? Did I talk way too long when I told you all my feelings that night? Is it you? Is it me? Did you find somebody better? Someone who isn't me? 'Cause I know that I was never your type. Never really your type. Overthinking's got me drinking, messing with my head. Whoa. Tell me what you hate about me. Whatever it is, I'm sorry. I know I can be dramatic, but everybody said we had it. I'm coming to terms with a broken heart. I guess that sometimes good things fall apart. When you said it was real, guess I really did believe you. Did you fake how you feel when we walked down by the river that night? That night. That night when we fogged up the windows in your best friend's car, 'cause we couldn't leave the windows down in December. Whoa. Tell me what you hate about me. Whatever it is, I'm sorry. I know I can be dramatic, but everybody said we had it. I'm coming to terms with a broken heart. I guess that sometimes good things fall apart. Overthinking's got me drinking, messing with my head. Tell me what you hate about me. Whatever it is, I'm sorry. that sometimes good things fall apart.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Brave New Workshop Goes Viral. So happy to have you all here on Memorial Day weekend, and this is our 10th week-iversary, our 10th week of doing this live stream. There was one weekend where suddenly, because of the orders from the state, we had to shut down the theater. Within another week, we were doing these live, something we had never done before, and who would have ever thought that it would be 10 weeks later and we would still be here, but here we are, and we are so glad that you could all join us. If you were unaware, the Brave New Workshop is the oldest, longest-running comedy theater in America, and while the stream is always free, and we're just so happy that you could join us, if you would like to contribute in order to support us during this time when we cannot run our theater operations in Minneapolis, you can do so by contributing to the links that are located in the descriptions on social media or on our website if you're watching on bravenewworkshop.com. I would like to welcome back to the program Mr. Doug Neithercott, who is joining us this week. Hello, Doug. Oh, yeah.
Third Eye Blind swears a lot on Twitter. You'd be surprised.
They really do. And you have invoked their wrath. All three eyes are focused on you, even the one that can't see.
And
I actually saw.
What, you saw them?
Oh man, yes, I saw them at I saw them perform at a corporate event that I did once, which was one of the strangest kind of conflagrations of different realities coming together. And every now and then I feel like you go to corporate events and people just randomly spin a wheel with no real thought at all as to this group of managers, who would they really like? Zzz, Third Eye Blind. Yes, that's who it
Hands
would be.
down. Hands down. I want to see Pamela rocking out to Third Eye Blind in her turtleneck sweater and skirt that's just too long. It's like it's not just below her knees. It's like 2 floor below her knees. You know what I'm talking about. You're like,
I know what you're
is
talking.
this a religious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be as weird as far as skirt length goes if it had the flow of a more breathable fabric, but it is invariably pleated denim, and that just makes it so much worse because
So
that's
weird.
her
It's so weird.
cool skirt. Yeah, I know.
I found it at Buffalo Exchange. Anyway,
it's it's
What?
that
What
it's
up,
writing that.
Minneapolis? Sorry, go
It's
on.
always riding that very, very fine line between HR representative and sister wife, and that's a ragged edge to be riding on, especially in denim. Now,
Yeah.
along those lines, we wanted to check in. In these strange and uncertain times, it can be very, very strange for people who have to work, essential jobs. They're dealing with things maybe that they have never dealt with before. And we actually want to go remote now to talk to a young woman by the name of Janessa, who has a little story to share with us. And you and I can watch this together. Let's take a look.
Exciting.
All about my work because I'm like all about my work. Hi, my name is Janessa, and if you would like ask people about me, they would probably say I'm like all about my work because I'm like all about my work. And it really shows because I recently got promoted to night auditor at the Days Inn in Albertville, right next to the outlet mall. It's like not a big deal, but it's like a big deal, you know? It's like I got a new name tag and everything. But I guess I would say like when I'm not working, I like really love to watch crime shows. I'm like all about crime shows. But like honestly, it's been kind of weird being back at work because like no one is here. Like no one is traveling. So like one night at work, because I'm like all about my work, I'm working and this like guy comes in and he's like really scary looking. And I'm like, what is this guy all about? Because like even though he's in a wheelchair, he's like still really scary because like anyone can be scary because I don't discriminate. So anyways, I noticed he's got like really big pockets in his jacket and I'm like, why do you have such big pockets? But like I don't say it out loud because I'm like thinking it, but I'm like, what's with the pockets? Because like it's like not a fashion thing or anything. But I'm like, instead I'm like, hi, how can I help you? And all of a sudden he's like, can I have a room? And I'm like, but like he did it in like a really scary way. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to wear a mask if you're going to be in the public areas because we're right next to the outlet mall and it's like our duty to keep the shoppers safe. So anyway, the guy like doesn't say anything. And he just like reaches into his jacket and pulls out this like giant machete out of his giant pocket. Like seriously, like a machete. And then he just like puts the machete on my counter. And because I watch so many crime shows, I'm like immediately like, sir, you cannot have a machete on my counter right now. And he's like, oh, okay, sorry, I was just looking for my keys. And then he like takes the machete and puts it back into its giant pocket, and then he just wheels out. So like I basically almost died. And you know, if it hadn't been for the crime shows, I would be like dead right now. And then who would do the night audits? I mean, right? Like Cheryl? Like seriously, because like her numbers are like always kind of off, you know? It's like, I'm not trying to be like whatever about Cheryl because like, you know, like I don't discriminate, but like seriously, I mean, like, you know.
It's nice to see that with Janessa, the denim actually migrated north.
I
it
think
is weird.
It works. It works. It works for Janessa.
I know and you really have to have a name like Janessa in order to pull off that much denim on top, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like
yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, Denim on Top is my favorite Third Eye Blind song.
It really is. It has a definite nostalgic feel to it that brings me back to a certain time in my life that I will now no longer ever be able to forget. So, oh gosh, everyone's going to hate us by the end of this. HR representatives, lovers of denim, by extension, all of Canada, Third Eye Blind fans, people who enjoy the state fair, everything. But
have you ever
we
stayed
have
at
found.
Have you ever stayed at the Days Inn by the Albertville Malls?
I have not had the pleasure, but as soon as all of this gets lifted, I am going to take random, unnecessary trips and stay everywhere. So that might be my first stop.
Perfect. I think there's a Space Aliens attached, so you at least get some okay chicken wings.
It's good to know. That's good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, if like when we were talking a little bit about food and being kind of trapped indoors and whatnot, have you found your eating or anything to be disrupted or different? Anything that's changed because of all of this?
I have been cooking more.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not that I never hated cooking or didn't like cooking. I'm no chef, mind you. I had a roommate once who was like studying to be a chef. He had a whole sleeve tattoo of knives and different ingredients. Like, I think it's like one of the prereqs before you can go on like Hell's Kitchen. You have to get that sleeve, right?
When did it become like a requirement that all chefs just have massive amounts of ink? Like when did
Two words.
When did? Mm-hmm.
Guy Fieri.
He is a trendsetter and a tastemaker. It's like to get into. Yeah, it's like you must have this much ink to get into Flavor Town. That is
my second Third Eye Blind favorite for Third Eye Blind. Flavor Town, right after Denim on Top. Those are my two. But in all honesty, yeah, I've been cooking more. It's simple stuff, spaghetti or rotini or fusilli. These are all just pastas, by the way. I can boil water and open a jar. I can boil water and open a jar. That's what I can do.
That is more than some.
True. We did purchase an Instant Pot not too long ago, so there's been fun of just buying sort of like meat that's almost expired and throwing it in the Instant Pot and giving it to like an hour and seeing what comes out. It's like, I don't know, we're either going to die or it's going to be delicious. Oh, I can't wait.
I like the idea that you can throw almost expired meat into an Instant Pot and it just tears a hole in the space-time continuum and takes you back to a simpler time when that meat was fresh. That's I've got to try it.
It reminds me of like it feels like Little House on the Prairie. It's like that's what Ma would always do. She would just took out the Instant Pot and she would throw whatever cured ham they had, and next thing you know, it was like Mary was blind.
It's like again, as you continue to alienate as many people as you can. I thought you were going to take it down the "This Is Us" path here, and.
That seems like a far too recent reference for me, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Well,
but every now and you have to come up for air in the present.
Any opportunity, though, to make Mandy Moore cry, I'm okay with it.
Yes, just as Doug Neithercott continues checking him off his list. America's sweetheart, Mandy Moore. And there we go. All right.
Take that, right. Moorhead. That's what the name of her fans are, Moorhead.
Nice.
Not the city of Moorhead. I love Moorhead, but not the Moorheads. Anyway, you get it.
I do, and I appreciate that you're remaining on brand as this continues. But one thing that you may not be aware of, but all Brave New Workshop cast members had surveillance cameras secretly installed in their homes during the quarantine in case you did anything funny. so that we would be able to capture that for posterity. But one of the things that we put together is just a little montage of the Brave New Workshop cast members and their relationship with food while in lockdown. So let's take a quick look at that.
Why do I have this much meat?
Yeah. No, Mom, I need to call you back. I'm actually about to,
What the heck?
about to go outside and
I don't remember buying this.
go for a run.
It's just more hate rolling in the comments. Never read the comments, Doug.
Mandy Moore slipped into my DMs, and she is just swearing a lot. So
But again, I think that it is a small victory when you are able to push Mandy Moore to profanity. Like, really? I think you count that as a W. You put that in the W column and you move forward. And you go, I got Mandy Moore, and now let's move on to Hillary Duff. Although much easier to make Hillary Duff curse.
Oh yeah, of course. Just mention her sister. I just wanted to ask if anyone out there in internet clocked on the counter in my kitchen my Instant Pot, but also my Pizzazz pizza spinner. I believe you me, one of the best purchases ever made was the Pizzazz pizza spinner. It cooks your pizza in half the time, and it's crispy. It's great. Pizzazz pizza spinner. Available.
Tonight's episode of the Brave New Workshop Goes Viral, brought to you by the Pizzazz Pizza Spinner. Stationary pizza. That's so 1997. Yeah, spin it.
This makes my jacks taste like DiGiorno.
That's at best a lateral move. I'm gonna say that's if. At most, that's incremental change, but I appreciate that you're willing to experiment in that way. All right, I'll tell you what, Doug, you and I are going to do a little bit of improvisation together, something we haven't done in many years, I think. I'm trying to think of, it's been a long time. So you can step away for just a second to prepare for this, but I will explain what's going to happen. So Doug and I are going to do a series of scenes. At any point during the scene, either one of us can say switch. When we say switch, the other person has to take whatever the last line of dialogue was and take that and make it the first line of dialogue in a completely different scene. We'll keep doing this until Matthew Vichlock, our director who is running all of this, decides that everyone has suffered enough, at which time you will all burst into thunderous applause, and then we will move on with our lives, and Doug will reap the whirlwind from Mandy Moore. Now, we put out a question on social media in order to get us started with this little improvisational structure that we're about to do. That question was, what is the strangest text you have ever received? And I got an answer forwarded to me just a little while ago. And the winner is, there's more of an explanation to it than this, but we can't get into all of it. But the craziest text that someone ever received is, hey, check out this BS meth charge against me. All right. Hey, check out this BS meth charge against me will be our first line of dialogue. After that, we can say switch, and whatever the last line of dialogue was will become the first line in a new scene. God help us all. Here we go. Let's try it out.
Hey, check out this BS meth charge against me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, these charges are completely trumped up because I read about this, and I know that if you are renting, it is not illegal to cook meth. It's just if you own the home.
Right. And look, they got the amount totally wrong. I had way more than that in the house. It's like if you're gonna charge me for all of it. God, idiots.
I know, man. You are the guy that I said in high school, at some point, he's going to break bad. And you did. And I just want to say that I have always admired you for that. And I have admired you for sticking to doing what you love.
Cameron, that means so much to me. You are a true friend. Thank you. Thank you.
I am always going to be here for you because I am addicted to meth.
Then have I got something for you. Switch!
Have I got something for you? Oh, man, I just got you a lifetime membership in the Mandy Moore fan club. You're a Moorhead for life.
Whoa. How dare you? I am a Jessica Simpson fan all the way. How could this? Oh my God.
That hurts. That hurts in here that you would choose style over substance, okay? This is Mandy Moore, the double M. I have been a Moorhead since before I can remember, and this is just disappointing.
You know what's disappointing is your disrespect of Jessica Simpson. She sang Christian music. She is godly. She is beautiful. I don't know how you could even, Mandy Moore, I'm missing you like candy. Whatever. Jessica Simpson, she like spoke for a whole generation on MTV. She is like the bomb.
I will give you that Dukes of Hazzard was a seminal moment in cinema history. But I am going to tell you right now that I lost all respect for Jessica Simpson because of 3 words. And those 3 words are Nick Lachey. All right? That's where I draw the line.
Really? Really? So what, now you're not a 98 Degrees fan either?
Switch. Really? Really? So now you're not a 98 Degrees fan either. I feel like you took a corporate job and then you immediately just became a different person. You gave up on everything that brought you joy before.
It's true. You're right. Man, when you put it into words like that, I realized that I lost myself. I lost who I was. I don't even have frosted tips anymore. Oh my God, Mark, you gotta help me. You gotta help me, Mark. What do I do? What do I do?
Well, the first thing you've got to do is stop just eating whatever it is that corporate America feeds you. You can't be dazzled by the twirling denim skirts of your HR administrator. You've got to remember that there is a core inside of you, and you have to remain true to it.
Yeah. I had to say no to things like Casual Friday because I want it to be casual every day. I got to say no to like reports and clocking in and say yes to like beer and like checking out. Mark, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I need to go fire all of my employees. I need to shut down my business. Oh my gosh. Oh, I feel so much better. That's a weight lifted off my shoulders.
Oh, I feel so much better. Oh, I feel so much better. Whatever it was, I think it's out of my stomach now. And it must have something I ate, or I don't know, but it was like something inside of me was thrashing around and dying.
Look, when I said I would meet you at this Space Aliens attached to a hotel in Albertville, I was expecting something more. You ruined my Reeboks.
I am so sorry about your Reeboks. I wasn't in a place physically or mentally where I could aim. It was just basically an expel kind of situation where I needed what was inside of me out as quickly as possible. And I feel better now, but I realize that's made you feel worse. But I gotta say,
go. No, I have to go. I'm sorry. You're disgusting.
I'm sorry, but I think you're disgusting if you can't see that Space Aliens of Albertville is the premier stop on the wing circuit of the upper Midwest, all right? This is the epicenter of all wing activity. Guy Fieri said so.
I didn't know that. I love Guy Fieri. Like, I have a pillow at home that I drew Guy Fieri on, and I snuggle it when I go to sleep because I feel like his diners, drive-ins, and dives informed me as a person, because I feel like each one of those words represents like a part of me.
I feel so close to you right now.
Switch. I feel so close to you right now. Can I help you?
Those are the. I'm sorry. I was really getting in to your singing. You have a great voice. You know, and it's nice. It's nice to hear that greet you at the drive-thru.
Well, thank you. It's $5.99 for your tacos.
Oh, well, thank you. And I tell you what, I would throw on a hefty tip in cash if you were to sing all of the rest of that song.
Thank you, Matthew, for saving me. Thank you.
That was the best edit of a scene ever. Thank you so much, Matthew. You didn't just save us. You saved everybody. Could you? Quick question, Doug. Could you have sung the rest of the song? Do you know all the lyrics?
No, I think that's the only lyrics I know, or I feel so close to you right now. That's the problem when you grew up on techno remixes. All you know is the one phrase over and over again. So,
excellent. Well, we are about to say goodbye to Doug Neithercott, possibly forever, as he will soon be murdered by the fans of Mandy Moore and so many other people that he has angered here this evening. But before you go, Doug, anything you want to say to everybody out there?
I'm just excited to the day when we can get back to the Brave New Workshop and get back to entertaining people one-on-one. I miss hearing laughter. This is fun, yes. But not that I don't appreciate your laughter, but just hearing more than one person laugh would be wonderful. But yeah, thanks for having me. This has been so much fun, and here's to 10 more weeks. Am I right? Yeah. Woo!
All right. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for Doug Neithercott.
Hey.
Yes, and hopefully we will be able to see people live again soon. Now, that brings us to the end of our program here this week. It has been 10 weeks that we have been doing this, and I would like to announce now that we are going to be taking a break for a couple of weekends while we kind of reconfigure the show. We are reaching a point where while we can't have audiences in, we can actually get people into the Brave New Workshops theater space. And we're going to be looking at our streaming programming and figuring out how best to bring you the Brave New Workshop experience. And that may mean moving things back into our theater, figuring out different platforms, different formats, and different ways of safely bringing our performers back as well. So, in the meantime, there will be a couple of weeks with no stream, but that does not mean that we are gone. It just means that we are trying to figure out the smartest, safest way to make sure that the Brave New Workshop is around for years and years to come, so we can continue to be the oldest, longest running comedy theater in America. If you would like to support the Brave New Workshop, please tell your friends about it, spread the word, like us on social media, and look there for announcements. We should be back on June 13th. And if you would like to support us further, you can do so by contributing at the links that are supplied in the social media descriptions or on bravenewworkshop.com if that's where you happen to be watching here this evening. I would like to thank Lauren Anderson and Doug Neithercott for joining me here this evening. A big thank you to Matthew Vitchlock, as always, for dealing with all things technical here on the show. And a bigger thank you to all of you who have made the last 10 weeks of doing this possible. It has been fantastic to have you allow us into your homes, and we can't wait until we have the opportunity to allow you into ours once again as well. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Thank you to everyone, and we hope to see you again soon. Stay safe, everybody.